3 days. It's a toy run. Last year I was volunteering with a fire hall and helped prepare the food and things for the bikers. The picture in the paper is all like, it looks like a scary gang looking Harley with like little beanie helmets. If I decide to go, it'll be at the end, you know. I'm a solo rider anyways, because I do it not for like companionship. I do it for the enjoyment of just riding and the scenery and the smells. I would have come here a lot more if my bike was working better. That means if insurance would be easy to do, and if I had income to fix things. Like, I'm thinking just order the parts and ICBC will reimburse you later, maybe. But I don't have enough money to do that and survive the next 2 weeks until the next benefits check comes in. So, taking people to court is only about money, so I'm doing more human rights complaints. Anyways, there's things I would have liked to do too, like kayaking, and I tried talking to people that knew people with kayaks or joined a Facebook group about it, and really aside from people at pickleball, which I'm not super excited about, but it's still nice and I'd still like to maybe go again. People let you borrow rackets, but when it comes to other things, like even the guy I was volunteering with, search and rescue, there's a guy that does a lot of kayaking. He's like, you need to make efforts to get to know people, to share activities with them. If I would have spent more time outdoors, it'd be easier to have a better attitude. Now, I'm not saying I have a bad attitude. I have a good attitude, especially with the people that show me, partial of how much respect I show them. But because most people don't, right? And because defending your human rights is what is crucial to do. And also discuss, how, this is the same things or worse things or other things are happening to others, which people might think, oh, this guy's negative. No, I'm sorry, but being human, having sentience and sapience is a lot about defending your and the human rights of others, pointing the finger at discrimination and oppression and lateral violence and nepotism and all sorts of things, double standards, incongruences. When you know what these concepts are, of course you can't then decide to be blind to it. I'm reading a written for younger readers book about Elizabeth May, and it's almost like she sounds like she thinks she's Greta. But anyways, it's still nice what I'm reading, but the thing is, man, when is it going to come to where she talks about she's religious? At the same time, I need to understand this cognitive dissonance in her. But the thing is, how did it grow, the Green Party, with all of her work? It didn't really grow. And how does she explain that? And what part does she think she has to play in it? Because, you can recruit people at church for the Green Party, but they're not going to be that green, right? They're not going to be doing things as domesticates, such as protests, having the right words on your sign, right? So anyways, what I wanted to say is, if I, let's say, improve my attitude by, let's say, dumbing myself down in the sense of ignoring red flags, there's still so many people that do things that aren't okay because of their attitude that, it kind of defeats the purpose. I think we kind of have to meet, on the same Canadian Charter of Rights kind of thing, because then everybody's going to find it so much easier to have a good attitude with each other. If I get a part-time job soon that doesn't really require high school, is I want to have a good attitude to appreciate it, because it'll be good for me, the routine, the structure, a little bit of income coming in, meeting new people. In a way, it'll be embarrassing to be seen doing that work, and I will be seen, because of my diplomas and experience and how they are very much needed, not just here, but every part I've been in as I travel throughout BC looking for a human-type community to give my not-for-profit pilot project to, where I wouldn't have even gotten paid, but it would have been good for other people's kids and role modeling for an entire generation. things that I don't know if I had to be at the right place at the right time with the right parents in the right part of BC to have had such an impact as Elizabeth May did. But there's also the fact that I know that I'm not just ahead of my time in the things I talk about and the things I understand and can explain about the human condition. Is I know that there'll never be that time, right? My theory explains I'm not ahead of my time. I'm at a time where, you'd have to go to explore the multiverse to see if there is a time for somebody like me. And it's not that it's inaccurate, it's that it's very much too accurate. And I don't want to start associating having a better attitude by disconnecting with reality, because that just devolves me to please the norm, and I won't do that. But still there's a lot more of my happiness and my well-being that is in my hands, right, under my control, and I can do that, so I have less things to complain about, let's say when I have to access the medical system, as an example, or advocacy from MLAs or MPs.